I want to feel your hand.
Don't fight any enemies you can otherwise avoid, all right?
Makes sense. If we try to take them all on, there'll be no end in sight.
You sure won't hear me complaining.
Normally I don't pick on the weak.
Here I go!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Is this it?
Fall back!
I'll bring you back from
Talon
death to
Sword! Circle and bring him down!
Here I go! It's over!
See ya! Talon Sword! You're mine! Try harder!
I'm only getting
You're mine!
I can feel my power growing! This is...
Seems you found something good. Supplies like that are valuable. Never overlook them.
Got it. I'll remember that.
Let's stop a moment to catch our breath.
But I've barely worked up a sweat.
Speak for yourself. What do you want, a medal? Doesn't look like we're being followed. Fail to grab these rare moments of quiet when you can. You'll end up regretting it later.
You're the boss.
Normally, we should take turns standing guard. But this first time, I'll watch over things so you two can rest easy.
I've never just sat and watched a fire like this before. It's surprisingly soothing.
Well, aren't you getting comfortable? You realize there are still Zeugles prowling around out here, right?
Ah, don't be a spoil sport. It's important to let your mind and spirit relax. Does you a lot more good than you might think.
The blazing sword. It just might be strong enough to match the
Are you Your wound...
They only hit... Honestly?
Did you think I...
No, it's ironic.
Do you wish...
So what?
You really...
Don't talk.
You... Not when I... Zephyr, why aren't you concerned about who I am?
You feeling left out, son?
No, it's not that. But...
You said you wanted to fight so that you can live a free man. At this point, that's all that matters. Even if it somehow turned out you were a Renin, it wouldn't be such a big deal.
A Renin?
Until we know who you are, we can't rule anything out. Besides, we've already got Shion with us. At this point, what's one more Renin as long as they're on our side?
So you don't see every Renin as an enemy?
Our goal isn't to hunt down and kill all Renins. We only arm ourselves as much as we need to set ourselves free. If you can believe it, not every Danin agrees with what we're doing either.
Are you saying we have enemies among the Danins?
Not quite. They're just not up for rebelling, per se. The thing you have to remember is that everyone has their own path to walk.
I'm not sure I understand.
That's okay. Just focus on what we have to do right now. However, the time will come when you'll need to decide what to do for yourself.
How come you don't have a scar on your hand?
A scar? What do you mean?
The Crimson Crows all tore off their own spirit cores, right? But your hand doesn't show any signs of ever having a core like theirs. Why not?
I don't know. I don't remember anything about myself from before Doc found me.
Seriously? You have that mask, you don't feel any pain, and you just happen to know how to fight with a sword? No way. You must remember something.
I'm not lying if that's what you think. Believe me, I wish I knew who the hell I am. But I don't. It's funny how I didn't have any time for soul searching while digging up rocks in a mine.
Still.
Are you saying you've told us everything about yourself?
Zephyr?
It's bad manners to pry when you've got plenty to hide yourself.
You're not gonna ask me about my past too?
Only when I think it's necessary. You're a real man of mystery, I'll admit. That said, I'm not one to dig around in someone's business just out of curiosity. If you remember something and feel like sharing, you're free to do so. For now, I think that's good enough.
Right. Thank you.
So this whole you not feeling pain thing, is that for real?
Why would I lie about it? And why would you care anyway?
No, it's just, you know, I can't imagine what it's like, that's all.
As a slave, I'd say it has its advantages and disadvantages.
Oh?
On the upside, when Renin soldiers push me around, I hardly flinch. The downside's that I get injured without even noticing. Which means I could be knocking on death's door and not even realize it.
Really?
Sure. I may be numb to pain, but it doesn't make me immortal or anything. Still, I wouldn't have noticed any of this if someone hadn't pointed it out to me. If not for my fellow slaves, I'd be long dead, lying in a ditch somewhere.
A Master Core, huh? Now I see. So that's why Balsef's cronies were so desperate to catch her.
Is that what it's called? The jewel in her chest?
Oh, right. You don't remember a damn thing, do you? Fair enough. Guess it's time to fill you back in. Tell me, you ever wonder why we Dahnans are made to work ourselves to the bone, day in, day out?
Well, when you put it like that, I always just assumed we were mining resources for them.
And don't you think it'd be quicker if they used all that high-powered tech they have? Why go to all the trouble of relying on weak human labor? Listen, what the Renans are really after isn't resources or minerals. It's astral energy. They're harvesting the astral energy that sleeps inside all matter in life forms. And they're doing it the same way they have for the past 300 years, using us Dahnans as mere siphons.
Right. They have machines for minerals, but extracting from Dahnans requires spirit cores. Any astral energy collected passes through a spirit vessel on its way to being stored in a master core.
But why go to the trouble of collecting all this energy in the first place? Do they really need all that juice just to use astral arts?
It determines the Sovereign.
Sovereign? Is that the Renan ruler?
Exactly. 5 lords, each doing whatever it takes to gather as much astral energy as they can and store it in their master cores. Whichever of them manages to accumulate the most power at the end of their contest is crowned the ruler of the Renan motherland. A new crown contest, as they call it, is held every decade or so.
So you see, the Master Cores are the receptacles in which the Lords store their power. And we Dahnans are sacrificed, so the Renans can choose their new ruler.
That's insane! You're telling me that's what our people have been dying for this whole time?
Relax, hero. You're not the only one who's bent out of shape about the whole thing. There are 2 things that I haven't been able to get my head around yet. What business would a Renan have stealing a Master Core? And what's the deal with that blazing sword?
I think the sword is a physical manifestation of the Master Core's astral energy. As for why it took the shape of a sword, well, I don't know any more than you do. Honest.
And that stuff about needing your permission to use it? What was that about?
I'm the only one of us who can control the Master Core to some extent. Without me to adjust the flow of astral energy, the sword can't take a physical form.
What do you want out of this? You may be one of them, but you don't strike me as the ruthless oppressor type.
I'm going to take down all of the lords.
Never thought I'd say this, but I like the cut of your jib, Renan. Very well. As far as we're concerned, the struggle continues either way. And with that sword on our side, our chances of victory just increased. That is, of course, assuming we can count the 2 of you in.
Fine by me. After all, it sounds like we're after the same thing anyway.
Honestly, I'm still a little confused by all this. But if it's a choice between this or going back to being a slave, then I choose to fight.
Then it's settled. Together, we'll overthrow the Renan Lords. And first up on that chopping block is Balsef, the wild beast. Sound good?
I've gotta hurry.
We have another secret hideout in Ulzebek, not far from here. We should be able to meet up with our comrades there.
Cut it out. Didn't anyone ever tell you it's rude to stare?
I know I already asked you this, but are you sure we haven't met somewhere before?
What's so hard to understand? I'm Renan, you're Danon. There's no way. Besides, I'm from Lenegis. Trust me, wherever you were before you lost your memory, we've never crossed paths.
Lenegis? You mean the same Lenegis that's up in the sky? I've heard it called the Renan's Castle, but I never imagined people actually lived up there.
Well then, where did you think we all lived? Didn't you see the Renan Lords descend for the crown contest?
And how long ago was that?
Well, the current contest started 7 years ago, so...
Then I wouldn't remember.
Just how far back do you remember?
About a year, give or take. That's how long ago Doc found me.
1 year. Then no. I'm sorry, but there really is no way we could have met.
Guess not. What a weird stone.
I sense a strange power from it. We should gather as many as we can find.
We should be able to eat this. Whenever you find some, make sure to grab it.
It's edible, huh? Good to know.
Definitely.
What's this thing?
We've almost made it to Ulzebek.
What's this thing?
I'd steer clear of that Zoogle if I were you.
Damn. That weak, huh?
much choice.
Swallow blade!
Help this!
Rising wyvern!
I'll run you through! See ya! Dig deep, brothers!
Can't move!
I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss. I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss. Resuscitation! Pathetic.
You'll pay for that! Slash! Rising wyvern!
Is this it?
I'm not done yet!
Normally I don't pick on the weak.
Rising wyvern! Slash!
This is it! Dig
Swallow
deep!
blade!
Easier said than done.
You've no excuses! This is something we gotta roll with it!
I'm only getting
One final push!
Right!
Give them all we got!
Mega
Slash! Swallow blade!
How's this? Had it coming!
Rising wyvern! You're
Tunnel
mine!
cannon!
You're finished! You're mine! It's over! Here I come!
I'll run you through! See ya! Talon
One
sword!
more.
Tunnel cannon! Everything's coming up, Zephyr!
What's this thing?
I'll take you all on!
Take it. I'm only getting
I'm on
started.
it. See ya! Talon door!
There.
Tunnel cannon!
Here, let me help.
I owe you one!
Don't go charging off like that!
Mega ray.
I'm on it! Had it coming!
Here I go. I'm only getting
You're
started.
on! Slash!
That was almost too easy.
Woohoo!
can't heal you forever!
I'll run you through! Cannon's coming! Talon's door!
Rising Worker!
Charge cannon!
Mirage!
Here I go! You're mine!
Slash!
How's this? Strike! Coming!
Here I go! It's over!
Here I come!
What the...
Shion!
Slash!
Slash! Strike!
Swallow
Talon's
Blade!
door!
Sion, you okay?
It's nothing. Don't be so dramatic.
Okay, people, this is it. Ulzebek.
No sign of any Renan guardsmen.
The Renans aren't as populous as the Danans. Probably figure stationing guards in a place like this would be a waste of precious manpower.
So this is where the next safe house is?
Yes. The last place they'd think to look for enemies is on their own doorstep.
That is, assuming anyone actually made it here before us.
Zephyr!
Looks like we needn't have worried. Come on.
Should this really be here? like we get to sleep with a roof over our heads.
Zephyr, you made it! See? I told you there's no way Zephyr would have kicked the bucket.
Fine, you were right. So, what's the plan?
Well, we've got an ace up our sleeve and the enemy's in disarray. I say we strike while the iron's hot.
So we're finally going head-to-head with Balseph.
That's right. We can't afford to mess this up. It's now or never.
Then now it is! We've all been waiting for this day for far too long!
Leave the plan to me. In the meantime... Yeah, you two need to do something about your outfits.
I have just the thing for your size. Stay right there, okay? Ta-da! I told you, it fits like a dream. I'm afraid we don't have any Renan clothing. I could find you some Danon outfits. But something tells me you'd rather pass.
Is this really that important?
In case you need reminding, I'm here because our interests overlapped. Nothing more. At no point did I say I've given up being a Renan. Now, let's play nice. How about you ask Nate and see what he says? He's our one-stop shop for info around here. With any luck, he might just know something.
Try to be careful not to stand out too much. You're the only Renan around here, you know.
I know. I was just thinking about how communal it feels here, even though it's only supposed to be slave quarters.
Huh? Oh, yeah. When you put it like that, I guess it is different from heavily patrolled Mosgul. Were you expecting something more depressing?
It's likely a sign that Balsef doesn't think you guys can do anything to him.
What?
I mean, if Balsef thought the Crimson Crows actually posed a threat to him, you'd figure he'd be trying harder to suppress them.
You... No. You're probably right about that. All of the other Danans that aren't with the Crimson Crows accept the Renan's rule as simply a fact of life. From the day we're born, no, probably even before that, it's been drilled into us that the only purpose our lives have is to help select the next sovereign.
If they don't like the status quo, then they should fight it. Otherwise, they're endorsing it either way.
I see it differently, but that's just me. Speaking of Renans, do all of them think about things the way you do?
I won't deny that among my fellow Renans, power and status are everything. However, that isn't what this is about for me. I have something I need to do, and I'll do whatever it takes and use whoever and whatever I need in order to get the job done. To hell with power.
Nath, we need your help.
Ah, damn. Never the manpower when you... Huh? Help, huh? What kind? Is it urgent?
Well, no, not exactly.
Well, in that case, would you mind helping me out with something first? The work's really piled up around here.
What is it you'd like us to do?
Anything you can manage. No one cares about us slaves. That's why it's all the more important that we stick together and take care of each other. Check in with that guy over there for details on what needs doing. And thanks in advance.
I wonder if something happened. Hey. Yes! I guess. Got it. I had no idea the Crimson Crows were so active.
You sound pretty thrilled by that.
Thrilled? Maybe. But I'll settle for hopeful. We know now that not everyone is rolling over for the Renans.
Blade!
Take it!
You're mine!
You're mine!
Swallow Blade! Rising Wyvern! Take this! I'm not done!
I'm only getting
You're mine!
Here, let me help. First aid!
Okay, here I go.
Crush!
There!
Try harder!
Magna Ray!
Take this! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
There! And again! Sight!
Mirage!
Magna Ray!
You're mine!
Here I go!
Here I come!
You're mine!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion. An opponent like this should be easy.
Magna Ray!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Here I come! Swallow Blade!
Take it! It's over!
Swallow Blade!
Here's a healing arc!
Rising Wyvern!
First aid! Take it! You're
Mirage!
mine!
You're mine! Slack!
Here,
Swallow
let me
Blade!
help. First aid!
I owe you one.
I'm not done!
Go! You're mine!
You're finished!
There! One more!
Rising Wyvern! I'm not done! Take this! Slack!
Magna Ray!
Looks like it could be worth something.
Woohoo! Woohoo!
I'd steer clear of that Zoogle if I were you.
Damn. That weak, huh? What? They're all dead? How did this happen?
Soldiers, that's how.
Are you Iron Mask?
Yeah, I am. Dairon sent me to help. Hang in there!
I'm so glad you made it. In the bushes over there. You'll...
Hang on! Shion, do something!
It's no use. He's already dead.
Damn them! They've killed so many of us, and it's still not enough! They won't be satisfied until they've wiped us all out like pests!
He mentioned something about those bushes. We should check them.
Is this a cooking pot? But what is it doing here?
If I had to guess, he put it there to make sure a Renan wouldn't steal it.
So even though he knew he was dying, he chose to use the last of his strength to hide it, believing somebody would come for it. I guess you think it's stupid getting killed over a silly trinket, huh?
No. Clearly he risked his life for something he believed in. I would never mock someone for that. However, it will be up to us to figure out the purpose behind his dying act.
We'll make sure it wasn't in vain. If nothing else, this proves that the Renans can be outsmarted. We'll carry out your will and see it through to the end.
Then we'd better get going. We don't know when those soldiers might be back to make another sweep of the area.
So this is what it means to fight the Renans.
Sounds like you're kind of scared to me.
Of course I am. But if I'm gonna die one way or another, I'd rather go down fighting.
I hate camping out. Hurry up and go to sleep.
I can think for myself, you know.
Yeah, but the last thing I need is you dragging me down because you're too tired.
I'll keep that in mind.
I swear you can't walk 5 steps without tripping on a Zoogle. This is getting old.
Yeah? But wasn't it you Renans who brought the Zoogles here from Rena in the first place?
They're not just ordinary animals from Rena. Each of them has been modified to suit a particular purpose. In fact, some Zoogles were originally derived from the animals on Dana, or so I've heard.
What? You Renans couldn't stop at just the people of this planet? You had to screw with our nature too?
You can get angry all you want, but we have bigger fish to fry. So, are you going to work with me or not?
I will. It's in both of our own interests. I'll see you again tomorrow. Well, off we go.
Gotta break through! Take this! No escape! Come and face me! Swallow blade!
I've taken too much damage!
Take this! You're
First
finished!
aid!
Slice!
Take it! Magna Ray!
Strike! Swallow blade!
Here's a healing arc!
Can't move!
First aid! I'll bring you back from...
This should do it! You're mine!
Resuscitate!
You're finished! Slice! Here I come!
There! One more! Magna Ray!
Mirage!
Here's a healing arc! First aid! Here I go!
Here I come! Slice! It's over!
Magna Ray!
You're mine!
Here, let me help!
No escape!
First aid!
Take
Magna Ray!
this! Mirage!
Here, let me help!
Rising Wyvern!
First aid!
Mirage!
Here I go!
You're
You're mine!
You're mine!
There! Go!
Take this!
Magna
Rising
Ray!
Wyvern! Mirage!
Sight! I'm only
You're
getting
finished!
started!
You'll pay for that! It's over! I can't move!
I'm not done yet! I wonder if something happened.
You're back, huh? Sounds like it was a real ordeal out there. Much as I hate to admit it, there aren't many of us who can take on those Renan armored soldiers. All we can do is make sure we remember those who sacrificed their lives for the cause.
Yeah, they won't be forgotten.
Glad to hear it. Now, what was that favor you wanted to ask me?
Oh, right. Well, you see...
So then, you're wondering if I know of any places where you can find Renan equipment, huh? Anywhere with those damn bright eyes is gonna have tight security, of course. You can't just go carelessly poking around. Unless... Across the wilderness outside Ulzebek, you'll find the Fagin ruins. There's some kind of old Renan castle out there. What with it being impenetrable, I forgot. But with a Renin tagging along, who knows? Maybe you can find some way in. You ask me, though, it's a lot of trouble for some Renin rags. If I were you, I'd get comfortable with Danon guards.
Those look like the ruins. Let's move.
Are we really going in there?
Yes. Now let's move.
Hey, Shion, where does your gun come from?
What do you mean, where does it come from?
When you're fighting, it looks like it just appears out of nowhere.
Oh, that's transferal technology. When I don't need my weapon, I submerge it in empty space. And when I do, I summon it. Make sense?
Not really, but it sounds pretty amazing.
Huh?
Well, that way you don't have to carry around any heavy weapons or worry about enemies trying to steal them, right? It's a pretty cool invention.
You realize you're praising the technology of your enemies, right?
So, technology's technology. It's not good or bad in and of itself.
I guess that's true. Looks like we get to sleep with a roof over our heads.
Am I really doing this for some lousy There's Zeugles here, too?
Hey!
Right.
Just a minute. With that blade and your strength, the average Zeugle shouldn't be a problem, right?
I'll give it a shot. Take this! Slice! This one's all mine! Eat dirt!
Go! You're mine!
Swallow blade!
Go find someone else to
Slice!
pick on!
Flyers!
This one's mine! I'll shoot them down! Hey, this one's mine! Where are you going?
Slash!
Mega Ray!
Swallow blade!
Let the marksman handle this! Mega Ray!
Mirage! Here I come!
I never miss!
It's on! Take this!
This one's mine!
Crush! Eat dirt! Swallow blade!
Mega Ray!
Nicely done, Xion.
You're slacking.
You picked
Step
the
it
wrong
up.
button.
Yeah, you got
This
it.
one's mine.
Swallow
Mega
blade.
Ray.
Rising wyvern.
Sighted. I'm only
It's
getting
time.
started.
I'm not done. Eat dirt. Hut. Take
Here
it.
I go. This one's mine.
It's over.
I never miss. Who wants to die next?
Swallow blade. This one's all mine. You're on.
Flame of Fury.
Eat dirt.
Burning Strike.
Swallow blade. I'm not done.
We won.
You can hardly see anything from here.
Why don't we climb up higher and see if we can get a better view?
Out of our way.
How about this? Come and face me.
Mega Ray. Take it. It's over. If it's in the sky, it's mine. This one's mine.
Here I come. Swallow blade.
Hear me, Flame of Fury.
Swallow
Burning
blade.
Strike.
Swallow blade.
Hear me, Flame of Fury.
Slash.
Burning Strike.
You're mine.
We turned the tables on him.
There are still more left.
Right. No time to hold back.
Sighted. You're mine.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Xion. What's this thing? So these are the Fagin ruins? How'd you figure a place like this turns derelict?
Your guess is as good as mine. I didn't even know this place existed until we heard about it. All that matters to me is whether I can find anything to wear in there.
Why does she care so much about her appearance? There.
forgive you!
I'll take you all on! Here I go!
Here's a healing
It's
art!
on! No escape!
aid!
Eat dirt! That bumping is driving me mad!
Take it! I'm only getting started!
You got flyers!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
You're mine! All yours!
Here I go! You're mine!
Demon Fang!
Here's a healing art!
Here I come! Here I come!
And
You're finished!
Magna Ray!
Take this! It's
Hear
over!
me! Flame of
Demon
fury!
Fang!
Burning strike! Got
Severing
primed
wind!
and ready! Who wants to die next? This one's mine!
I can feel my power growing!
Let's dispose of the trash.
No escape!
Burning strike! I'll cover you! How's this? A new lease on life!
You're mine!
First aid!
I owe you one! Demon Disc! Severing Wind! Mirage! Here I come!
Titan, it's over!
Here I come! Demon Fang! This one's all mine! You picked the
I'm
wrong
only getting
fight!
started! Here, let me help!
Severing Wind! Here I come!
There! And again!
This could be useful.
Come one, come all!
Here I
Severing
go!
Wind!
I'm only getting
Take
started!
this! It's over!
This one's mine!
Mirage!
Take it! I'm only this one's mine! Insects should stay on the
You're
ground!
mine!
Hear
Wind!
me! Flame of fury!
Mirage!
Strike!
You're finished! Take it!
One more!
You're finished! Wind!
Flame of fury!
Take this! You're mine! You're finished! Great! Next!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart!
Well then, let's keep moving.
Out of our way! Help!
Damn it! Severing Wind!
Magna Ray!
Here I come! Here I come!
Flame of fury!
It's over!
Burning strike!
Swallow Blade! You're mine! It's on! Eat dirt! You're mine! Severing Wind!
Here I go! This one's mine!
Take this!
Where are you going?
You're finished!
Magna Ray!
You're mine!
Take it! I'm
Take
only
this!
getting started!
Severing Wind! Mirage!
Hear me! Flame
You're
of
finished!
fury! Burning strike!
Here I come! It's over!
Sighted!
Wind!
Over!
That's what I like to hear.